to the 2021 Hack9 Grand Finale. We're coming to you live from Circuit Sanford for today's Levi 9 DeepRacer competition. I'm your host for today, Abby. All week long, nearly 30 teams with over 160 participants have been exploring AWS DeepRacer, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. Each team has had the chance to train their models on our online simulator platform and race on the real track, all in preparation for yesterday's qualification round. The top 10 teams from the qualifier are here today to compete once more on a miniature version of this famous Formula One racetrack. Their goal is to have the car with the fastest lap time, but it's important that they don't hit any barriers, leave the track, basically don't jump ship, or rather, track. Will they manage? Let's find out, because joining me now, we have the man with the master plan, our very own Dragan Gajic, thought leader here at Levi 9. So Dragan, how did it go this week? Did we have a lot of crashes, or did the teams catch on to it pretty quickly?
Hi, Abby. So, yeah, I think it goes remarkably well. We had 2 days of training, so 1 day of training, then qualification for this great finale, and I think almost all the teams managed to complete at least one lap, which is really great because, you know, this is a copy of Zandvoort track where we are, and it has a lot of curves, so it's complex.
Yeah.
And they all managed, well, the first 10 teams are around 20 seconds, so I think that's good.
It's pretty impressive. I think, you know, with a bendy track, you know, you see some of the records for DeepRacer, it's like 9 seconds, 5 seconds, depending on the track. But I think for the track that we have, that's pretty impressive numbers for a first time.
Yeah, and for the people, it's actually quite new. We announced that, like, I don't know, 9 days.
Yeah.
You know, so they had 9 days to take a look at it, learn, using simulator. So, yeah, I think it's quite good.
It's quite good. And I mean, this is a really different Hack9 because previous years, of course, it's 24 hours, you're together. And of course, because of the pandemic, you know, we're all training virtually with teams. So it's different experience for everyone. Also, it's 9 days. But what do all Hack9s have in common?
Well, Hack9s are about, let's say, 3 things, essentially. So first, we are IT service company, we are not product company, so all our hackathons are about IT, I call that fundamental IT, so it's some IT topic which should be interesting for people. The second thing, all hackathons are always about learning new stuff, so every hackathon has a new topic. You know, sometimes we keep it as a secret, but essentially it's something which we believe our company needs to learn in the next 2 years. So this year is machine learning and AI. This is what we want to do more. This is why we have a hackathon with this topic, so we have people start looking at it. And the third thing about hackathons is they are fun or competition, depending how you look at it.
Yeah.
But this is something we figure out all along. If you put fun or slight competition factor there, it just makes it more attractive.
Right, right. And so that's one of my questions I was thinking about. Did artificial intelligence and machine learning come first, or did DeepRacer come first? What made you decide to do that topic for this year?
Well, as you said, it's pandemic time. Usually we do hackathons really 24 hours coding together in one big room, all the teams.
Like classic hackathon.
Yeah, like classic hackathon. But this year, everything is online. So we needed to find a format where we can do it in combined manner. Because I think everybody are tired of doing things online, you know, or they don't do physical things, don't see a reflection of what they are doing in physical world. So this is why we opt for the AWS DeepRacer. So first, Levi 9 is the advanced partner of AWS, so we have good cooperation with them. It is an interesting topic to get into the machine learning and AI, you know, and we had this element of you know, there are these cars. AWS DeepRacer is actually a small car. Yeah. And we thought it would be a great idea to build a track actually on Zandvoort. Yeah. You know, because the physical track is too long for the car.
Yeah, it would take a while to get
well, batteries last for 12 minutes, right?
Yeah, so they might not make it.
Yeah. But we are doing it from here, and I think it's very attractive. Our chats are very live through the day. So I think people like the concept.
Yeah, they're really having fun, a lot of fun, watching each other train, watching each other qualify. I mean, you really see that people are excited. It's something indeed, like, because we have this hybrid element that we are here as their pit crew, let's say, that they can really enjoy it, and it's not just another online meeting. And
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it's great. And so if I can ask you, maybe it's a little bit cheeky, who do you think is going to win? Who should I place my bets on? Are there any strong, or could it be anyone's game?
Yeah, well, actually, if you look at the first 2 days of training in Wednesday, when we had first training, so they can see how their model behaves in a while. And if you look qualifications, we have very different results.
Yeah.
So, not being politically correct, I don't think I can give you answer on that because we'll see. Because that's kind of, artificial intelligence. It means also it has personality. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But we saw that on the
we
track.
did, yeah.
Yeah, there are so many parameters, and I think even the same model can behave a bit differently.
Yeah.
So
depending on the circumstance or the
yeah,
moment.
To summarize, I don't have a clue.
Yeah, we have to see. It's true.
Yeah.
Training to qualifier, even
Yeah.
just with small tweaks, you see that the model really changes.
And we have teams which managed to complete only one lap.
Yeah.
And the rest were awful. But
Yeah.
they have good.
They were misbehaving.
Yeah. So I think it will be surprise definitely because I think top 10 teams they're all doing well completing the track. So it will be. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see today. Well, thank you. I mean, the teams have had plenty of time to train. So I think let's get started. Let's go ahead and go over to the first race. All right. So I think it's time for our first race, right? Max 3x3. This is actually our Dutch team. Are they ready? Yeah, whenever you're ready. Well, I should say actually our Dutch and Ukrainian team, right? It's a bit of a mix. We're just getting the first models loaded in. Hello. Now you guys can hear me. So I was just saying, actually, this is our Dutch team, Max 3x3. I think they're allowed to start. And I said we got our man on the floor is Victor Kovac, delivery center director from Serbia. He's also going to be, his function for today is car chaser. So he's got some work to do. He was waving to everyone in the live stream. It's good. I think the car is feeling a little shy. Good job, Victor. There we go. So like I said, this is our Max 3x3. This is the team with our Dutch colleagues and our Ukrainian colleagues. Let me know when you hear me. Yeah? All right, so this is a team with Hein Hop, Christel van der Velde, Roy van Zogel, Wesley DeLeu, and Dimitro. I can't see his last name, I'm sorry. This is our colleague from Ukraine. Dimitro Panin, of course. How could I forget? Really nice, slow and steady. Making some good corrections on the curves. Nice model. So we're looking at laps. Best lap so far is 23. Battery switch time. So I think we mentioned it briefly in the intro, but actually the AWS DeepRacer is an autonomous 1/18th scale race car, and it's designed to test reinforcement learning models by racing on a physical track. And these reinforcement learning, so let's say that this technique is actually one of the technologies that is used to make self-driving cars a reality. So this is also, of course, really cool for all the auto enthusiasts here at Circuit Zandvoort, but also for anyone who hates to drive and would like for their car to drive for them. So it's a pretty interesting technology to work with. So just a few more seconds, 20 seconds left in there. Well, let's see. This is still Team Max 3x3. That's it for Max 3x3. Okay. So we're going over to the next team. So Max 3x3 had 3 laps with 23 seconds 42 as their fastest lap. All right, guys, you know what you got to beat. The map you're seeing, of course, is a little bit more complicated version than we're driving today. That was one of the things. You have to, because of the nature of the cars, we actually needed to create like a simplified version of the Sandford track. I think we came pretty close, I have to say. Our guys are working fast to get the car over in the pit stop, just like any race. And our guys on the floor are our pit crew. All right, batteries changed. Now we're going over to the next team. All right, ACS. Nice coffee machine sound in the background. Sounds like a motor, but it's a coffee machine. But we also have actually races going on here today at Zandvoort. It's a mixed race, so we've seen old Porsches, new BMWs, a bit of a mix of everything, and in the mix as well is the DeepRacer. A lot smaller than a regular car, but still pretty good laps, I would say. So there was a question actually in our chat with our teams. So wondering why we don't actually use different cars and we're changing the batteries in between. And we want to keep it fair, so we keep the same calibration. Otherwise it might be like, yeah, but actually car 2 is better than car 1. And so, you kind of have to rely on a little bit of waiting in between to be sure that it's fair and square for everybody. Okay, Team ACS's car is on the floor. Victor's checking the sensor. Okay, we've got a new car runner on the floor. Boudewijn Haas, one of our account managers, solution managers from the team here in Amsterdam. And here's Team ACS. That's including Marko Akonski, Dalibor Kovacevic, Igor Dragutinovic, Stefan Dordevic, Ivan Molnar, and Marko Knezevic. I think that's pretty good. You can tell me in the chats if I totally butchered it. I owe you a coffee when we finally get to see each other again. Here we go. Strong so far. Very nice. Maneuvering the corners pretty good. And that's the first lap. 1963. Ooh, nice. So just to give you guys a little bit information more about the DeepRacer car, it comes fully equipped with stereo cameras and a LiDAR sensor to enable object avoidance and head-to-head racing. So actually, we do a time trial, but there are some races where cars can go at the same time. Maybe for another Hack9. This is a nice, steady model we got going here. Already beat his first lap time, 1957. Really good one. Made a 6th lap so far. Probably has time for a few more. Quick reset. Ooh, he said I'm tired. Battery change. 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining. Guys, if you're watching live, send us a quick picture of your setup at home where you're watching. Or if you want to post it on social media, you can use hashtag Hack9. We would love to see it. Here's the standings so far. Unfortunately, our Max 3x3 got overtaken by AWS. They did a really good job. Let's see how this develops. I'm just hearing actually from Dragon that the models are much better. So that's actually, the car is driving continuously and then it requires more battery change. So it's able to keep itself going. There aren't as many stops. So it's able to use up more of its juice. That's why we have to stop more often already with these first 2 races. So basically, it's a big compliment so far. Good job, guys. All right, car's ready on the track. Let's see who's coming up. I think it's team. Oh yeah, same team. Finishing up their 1 minute 30. That's plenty of time to do probably 2 more laps. Okay, here we go. This car is making Badovine's life pretty easy. Oh, spoke too soon. Gaining speed. Ooh. Last lap. Okay, that was the last lap for ACS. Nice times, guys. Okay, we're going to also have a switch out of our car chasers. If you watched yesterday, we had quite some chasing to do, actually. Today, it's so far not too crazy. We had some wild models, some wild cars. Lots of shooting against the sidelines. So it's good that that all got worked out of its system. Yes. I don't think they can see you, but we indeed have very beautiful shoe covers for all of our car chasers so that we ensure that it's a dust-free, distraction-free environment for our cars. And part of that is that we also have pretty much darkened out this room so that we could control the levels of light that are coming in, since this can also be a factor in what distracts the DeepRacer car. Hein asked me, did I say wild models? Yes, I did say wild models. They were wild. I think if you were watching, you would agree. So like I said, we completely blacked out the windows in here. It's a great room in the Circuit Saint-Fort, the media center, with big windows looking straight out onto the track and onto our beautiful Levi 9 stand rooftop. But we can only look out one window because we want to make sure it's fair. We don't want to distract the car. So we sacrifice our view for you guys. You don't see it in the live stream anyway. Trust us, we are here. I think you might even hear some cars rumbling in the background. So just preparing the batteries for the next team. Dragon and me working hard back here. The real pit crew experience in miniature. Okay. Our next is We Math Bad, I believe, right? We Math Bad. We also write bad grammar. Doesn't matter. That's including Damjan Ravnak, Lawrence Sprakel, Goran Trikta, Ralph Hovens, and Georgia Brzezinski. I'm doing my best, guys. Oh, yes. Hello. So this is our pit back here. This is the garage. Okay, like I said, we've got a new car chaser. Eric van Omeren, another thought leader in the Amsterdam office. He looks ready for whatever the car is about to give him. All right, ready to roll. All right, guys, I'm gonna stay out of the pit crew. I heard that the sound is not stable if I'm over there. So, too many cooks in the kitchen. I'll stay over here. Okay, here goes We Math Bad. They're off. So I was mentioning those LiDAR sensors and, oh, we got a bump. Putting them back. Right before the lap finished. That would be an unsuccessful lap, unfortunately. Gotta make it all the way around. Come on, little guy, you got it. Or girl. They. The car. So I was talking about the car's camera, actually, and the camera's used to view the track, and a reinforcement model is used to control the throttle and the steering. So using that camera to view the track and that reinforcement model, the car will show how a model trains in a simulated environment, and that can then be transferred to the real world. So it's really like a miniature safe version of training these autonomous cars to drive on an actual road. Just have to blow it up 18 times, and the same should be applying on a real road. Although if you see how our cars don't really stay in their lane, always, you might not want to drive on the road just yet with one of these. So we have a completed lap of 28:33. I think we gotta have a battery switch here. Pausing the time. Yep, we're in a battery switch right now. Okay, so as you can see, this is the real DeepRacer pit crew experience. Okay, we've got Milos and Dragon. This is the real DeepRacer pit crew experience. Calibrating. Got Milos and Dragon. Well, not calibrating, working on the battery, closing it back up. And they've got 1 minute and 30 left once we got them back on the track. Calibrating, working on the battery, closing it back up. And they've got 1 minute and 30 left once we got them back on the track. So you can see that little camera that I was talking about. So you can see that little camera that I was talking about. Okay. Yes, Miro, I think they're gonna, I'll let you know when they,
Who's ahead? ACS. Who's the ACS? CEOs. That's ACS. That's the one.
Okay, so they have like 20 seconds.
It's actually this race going not anymore.
Max race 3, that is that's 9. That's Hack, yeah.
Second one is Max.
But they will not go into the two, don't worry.
okay. So, great work so far, teams. We've got 3 teams down. While we're switching things over with the cars, let's take a moment to speak to our resident AWS DeepRacer specialist, let's say expert at this point, Miro Zorboski, who is also our software architect and department manager at Levi9 by day, because Hack9 has been taking up a lot of your time these days. So Miro, I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit more about these cars and how and why they were developed these days.
Yeah, well, my opinion is that based on my experience so far is that AWS DeepRacer service and cars were developed in order to popularize machine learning and to make it more attractive for people that never had a chance to have a contact with it or still don't know anything about it. So it's an interesting and fun way to enter the world of machine learning, but also autonomous driving. And I would say both of those topics are quite hot currently. We have Tesla Autopilot autonomous driving on the scene, controversial, and I would say both of those topics are it's quite interesting currently. We have Tesla, and those are exact reasons why we chose this topic, the tracer, for our this year's Hack9. We wanted to give a chance to our Levi9ers, but also clients to learn more about the machine learning if they already had experience, or to make first steps in the world of machine learning.
Hey, Mira, I'm just going to stop you for just a second. Do you have some sound on?
No.
Check your settings. Stop you for just a second. Do you have some sound on? Just a second. We're going to fix it. We got some.
No.
Check your settings. We need to sound on. Just a second. We're going to fix it. We got some.
No.
Check your settings. We need to sound on. Just a second. We're going to fix it. We got some.
No.
Check your settings. We need to sound on. Just a second. We're going to fix it. We got some. Check your settings. We need to sound on. Just a second. We're going to fix it. We got some. Check your settings. We need to sound on. Just a second. We're going to fix it. We got some. Check your settings. We need to sound on. Just a second. We're going to fix it. We got some. We're going to try it once more. Let's see if that helps.
Okay.
Can you guys let us know in the chat if you are hearing it once more? Let's see if that helps.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be better now. Guys, okay, it wouldn't be Hack9 with you. Okay, technical difficulties. It's double again. Yeah, it seems to be better now. Okay, it wouldn't be Hack9 with you. Okay, technical difficulties. It's double again. Yeah, it seems to be better now. Okay, it wouldn't be Hack9 with you. Okay, technical difficulties. It's double again. Yeah, it seems to be better now. Okay. go over there, but I'll come back to that.
This was on. Maybe that's it. That was on. This was on. They're not there. Okay.
Miro, we think that this microphone was on.
Was die microfoon aan? Deze stond aan. Die was niet aan. Nee.
Okay, we're not sure. I'll come back to you, Miro. Yeah, he. All right, guys, we're going to sort it out. We'll talk to Miro one way or another. Because we got to find out. So now we are moving on to race number 4. Yeah? Okay. Yep. Okay, we got our handsome peppers here. Some Sophia Kaepernick and Kondarta all for their flag. Yeah? We got some really good lap times with this. Yeah. Okay, guys, super good lap times. Very fast, very smooth model. Wow, yes. 15 seconds, 46. That is still probably the best time of their whole run. He came out hot from the gate. Oh, he's a little bit wild now, though. Really good job, guys. The chat is blowing up. Everybody is congratulating Handsome Peppers for a really good run. Really good job. Awesome, guys. Battery change. 1 minute 30 left. Nice. So guys, probably you're wondering what a battery pit stop actually entails. It's so they need to stop the car. They bring it to the pit. They switch off the car. They remove 4 clamps on the top of the car. So there's a sort of casing, that blue casing that you might see on the screen. They remove the cover. Then 4 more clamps. Then they lift off the computer from the drivetrain assembly. They switch off the drivetrain. They unplug the battery, remove the straps, remove the battery, put in the new battery, strap it back down, plug it in, put the car top back on, 4 clamps, the cover, 4 more clamps, switch it back on, calibrate the steering of the car for the new battery, set the speed settings, upload that new AI model to be used, or the current one, move the car back to the start, and then it's ready to roll. So it's only, 19 more or less simple steps within a few minutes' time. We have Eric to thank for that lovely, lovely description of what exactly those guys are back there doing. It's a little bit different than changing the battery in, let's say, your microphone, your wireless mouse, or Okay. So we've got a new first place. Ooh, those are some really good times. It's going to be hard to get back on top of that, but we still have 6 more opportunities. Things can change. We're not even halfway there yet. All right, guys, just kidding. Wasn't Machinias yet. Handsome Peppers has 1 minute and 30 left. I see 2 of you. Okay, can you move this?
samurai sword on my back. You don't know how to act. Maybe you should relax. Maybe you should relapse. Just kidding. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop.
Guys, we took a quick break to talk to Miro. We're gonna send you guys that interview in just a minute, but we've got Machinias up now. They are ready to go, it looks like. So that's Machinias is Alexander Kiselecki, Strajinja Jovic, Peter Jovanovic, Sasa Dobrilovic, Christian Jasinski, and Stefan Stanimirovic. Okay, let's see what they're gonna do on the track. This is our 5th team. yet. Okay. So actually I was going to tell you guys a little bit about reinforcement learning. So this reinforcement learning is achieved through a sort of trial and error. And training does not require labeled input, but it relies on this sort of reward hypothesis. So the better crafted the rewards function is, the better the agent, or rather the car, can decide what actions to take to reach the goal. So this guy's having some, he's very cautious, this one. Okay, slow and steady. So yeah, you gotta really be careful about choosing the training time of your model. So the training time in the online simulator platform. If you train it too much, it's gonna overfit the track and it won't be able to perform with, you know, any slight changes. We're having a battery change right now, by the way. Any slight changes in the environment, whereas on the other hand, if you don't train it enough, the model won't be strong enough to make correct decisions. So you gotta find the sweet spot. So we're just got a battery change right now. All right, here we go. I think our machinias are going back on the track, right? With 1:30 left. So if you're really into DeepRacer, there's actually an AWS DeepRacer League. It's the world's first global autonomous racing league for developers. So racers can build their AWS DeepRacer machine learning models and compete in a global championship. And they're racing for prizes, glory, and a chance to lift the championship cup. And there's actually also AWS DeepRacer virtual competitions. So you can even compete from the comfort of your home, which is especially handy during these pandemic times. You don't have to wait for another live DeepRacer race to take part. You can do it virtually. All right, here we go. Okay. Come on, little guy. Don't be afraid. Very cautious. Oh, he's picking up a little bit. He's careful on those curves. That seems to be the hesitation. You can see Baudouin's trying to be careful to stay behind the car. You know, this is not the fastest model, but this would be a good model for actually driving on the real road. It's very cautious, very careful with its cargo. It just needs a little bit of a helping hand. All right, all done for machinias. Doing a switch out of the model. Good effort, guys. So up next is our Rage Against the Machine Learning. Great name. Probably my favorite of the names. So I'm happy to see you guys in this top 10. Our 6th racer. The team is Sofia Bojic, Mike van der Erde, Bogdan Petkovic, Anna Milofanovic, Nenad Marinkovic, and Nikola Slicic. We're actually going to take a break and talk to Miro now.
AWS DeepRacer servicing cars.
Yeah, right. So is there anything you think you'll take away from this that you would be able to apply in your regular day-to-day job, let's say?
Chance to have a contact with it so far. So it's an interesting and fun way to enter the world of machine learning and also autonomous driving. And both
Right.
of those things are really hot topic currently, I would say. That's why those are the reasons why we chose DeepRacer as a team for our hackathon this year for Hack9, to give a chance to Levi Niners, but also our clients to try it out, to expand their machine learning knowledge if they already have it, or to gain first steps in the machine learning.
This again, Mira. So like I said, we've got our resident AWS DeepRacer specialist, Miro Zerbowski, who's also a software architect and department manager at Levi9 by day. So can you tell us a bit more about these cars, Miro, and how and why they were developed?
I can tell you my opinion. So AWS DeepRacer servicing cars, I think, are developed to popularize machine learning and make it more attractive and for the people that didn't have a chance to have a contact with it so far. So it's an interesting and fun way to enter the world of machine learning and also autonomous driving. And both of those things are really hot topic currently, I would say. That's why those are the reasons why we chose DeepRacer as a team for our hackathon this year for Hack9, to give a chance to Levi Niners, but also our clients to try it out, to expand their machine learning knowledge if they already have it, or to gain first steps in the machine learning. And regarding the car itself, well, I would describe it as a toy that has wheels, but also an integrated brain. It has a brain, and it's like a pet. You give it a reward, and you train it in that way, and in the end, you get a car that drives on the physical track on its own. DeepRacer is really, I would say, combining multiple areas into one. So software development, electronics, cars, racing, toys, many more. So I think that's why it's so appealing to people.
And it's also like a bit of like an esports aspect with the league, you know. But
yes,
I was wondering, how did your new pet treat you and the rest of the Hack9 creative team when you were getting used to it? Was it pretty much plug and play, or was it a pretty big learning curve? I kind of know a little bit the answer to this, but I want you to tell us how that was.
Yeah. Well, we were really excited to use it. At the beginning, we had some obvious challenges because of the current COVID situation to acquire the physical car, to get it delivered to us. But once we got hands on it, we were even more excited then, because before we were just playing out in the virtual part of it. But once we had the chance to try the car on the track, we were even more excited. We were pulled into its world. And it also opened many more possibilities at that moment for us to implement some features for this year's Hack9. And regarding the learning curve, I would say it will be as you make it. So if you want it plug and play, it can be plug and play. You can just use a wizard, couple of clicks on next. You wait a couple of hours to train on its own, and then you have a car that drives on a track on its own. But also you can go to a different end of the spectrum and really tweak all the things on it, experiment, change parameters, spend many more hours playing with it and exploring many other options. So it's your choice, basically.
Right. I think there are so many resources out there, and definitely Amazon Web Services gives you all kinds of ways to get started. So
exactly.
the world is your oyster, let's say. All right.
Yes.
And Mira, is there anything else you wanted to say while I have you?
Yeah. I would like to take the chance to really say thanks to the whole Hack9 team for the organization. Some of you were on the spot and some of us remotely, so it was challenging, but also quite interesting. And I will like also to give one special mention to one colleague that is really behind the scenes all the time, not exposing. It's Ian Chabrillo. He is really a technical guy that's keeping the platform running, monitoring, and so that's it.
Yes, thank you. Really, everyone is such a team player, and you really see it back. I mean, the way that this, even just the learning sessions have come together and the response, it's really good. So you guys can give yourselves a big pat on the back, and it's such a fun event. So thank you. All right, Miro. Really, thank you for letting us take a look under the hood with you at the DeepRacer car. And so let's go ahead and switch back over to the next race.
Yeah, let's
see you. Okay, let's get back to Rage Against the Machine Learning.
Okay.
No? You got me. All right, Rage Against the Machine Learning, here they go. Almost. There they go. Ooh. So back to the start. So what they do is they cancel the drive and then they start it again in the code. So for the people who didn't actually participate that are watching, each team received a budget of $100 to train their models first virtually on the AWS platform. So it's sort of like this online simulator platform that we were talking about. This guy really likes to run into the walls, raging against the machine learning. Fitting name. So guys, I also mentioned earlier this DeepRacer League, and we're curious if anyone is planning on starting your own Levi9 DeepRacer League after this event, based on your experience. So if you're interested in this, let us know at hack9@levi9.com. I believe the DeepRacer League competitions take place all around the world. And like I said, virtually. All different kinds of tracks, and you kind of don't know what track you're getting into. Ooh, almost missed the lap, made that lap. That's a shame. All right, let's give that another go. Having some trouble. All right, we're going for a battery switch. Wild. Car is going wild. You can hear him. Wheels are running and running and running. It wants to get out of here. Okay, I'm doing some checking on the auto. I'm speaking a little bit of Dutch in here. Checking on the car. So, Stefan, how are you?
Yep, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. See you soon.
Bye bye.
All right, just getting this one all set back up. I think we're ready. We've cured it. It went really crazy. The cars have gone wild. All right, back to the live stream. Here it goes. Oh, and there it goes. This model is definitely got the rage theme. He drives very haphazardly. All right, we got a lap, 2166. Not bad. Ooh, that's that tricky corner. I think we have a pretty challenging track here. That's for sure. You can actually look on the AWS DeepRacer platform and you can see the different types of tracks that you could drive on, both virtually, etc. And they actually make it easy for beginners to get set up. All right, I think that's it for this guy. Yeah? We're gonna switch over to our next team now. So I have a pretty cool fact for you guys. In India, they've established the first AWS DeepRacer Women's League. So their goal is to help foster community learning and help with the early adoption of artificial intelligence and machine learning technology to create a more diverse workforce for the future. And their initiative is really aiming to bring together women students, so female students, to learn collaboratively and get hands-on with machine learning through a cloud-based virtual racing simulator. So really nice to see that we bring in some diversity in the tech world. That's something we're really big on at Levi9. So the guys are going through that 19-step process I was talking about for changing the battery. So everyone has a good, fresh battery. I think we have something like 16 batteries back there, but just the process of using one model with all those different batteries, it's quite a process to get the batteries back in there. But they're doing it, working hard. So it looks like Rage Against the Machine Learning has taken our third place spot, bumping down our other teams. So it's Handsome Peppers with 1546, ACS with 1874, and Radimal, or Rage Against the Machine Learning, coming up in third with 2166. It's a pretty close third place, I'd say. But let's see how it pans out with these next four races. So the question, I saw a question come by on the chat. How long does it take to charge a battery for a DeepRacer car? I think I've heard from Pauline before that it takes about an hour to charge the battery. So that's why we have a lot of batteries, but we do still have the, 20 to 40 minutes, Miro's saying, but we still try to keep it with one car for this Hack9 fairness situation, so that we all are using one car. But you can see it does slow us down a little bit. Okay. We're going over to our next team now, right? Victor's prepping the field. Okay, we can go back to the live stream. And this is Balmer's Peak. So Balmer's Peak is Milinko Matic, Vladislav Sic, Ivan Arsenovic, Boris Ivanov, and Damir Maricic. Balmer's Peak. First lap, 20 seconds, 86. Just in time, saving the sensor. So I think I did a little bit of Googling just now on Balmer's Peak. I suggest everybody to go have a look at that. It's very funny. So the Balmer's Peak is actually a reference to Steve Ballmer of Microsoft. And it holds that imbibing alcohol improves cognitive ability up to a point. It's a variation of the Yerkes-Dodson law, which shows a correlation between arousal and performance. So, anecdotal evidence suggests that optimal programming occurs like 2 beers in. We actually had a rule in our DeepRacer that you could drink a little bit because the robots were doing the driving. And the speed limit is actually 200 kilometers an hour. So, I think we've seen a little bit of that. This car seems to have a mind of its own. That's for sure. Okay, we're going to go in for one more battery change. We see some different laps here. I'm not sure about that 7-second 79 lap, I think, or that 8:53. I think those were missed laps. Those did not count. So I think our best lap here was that 2086. And I think that does have some impact on our ranking, right? Should be a new 3rd place, I believe. Pneumonia's already. Okay, just a quick battery change. Yes. It looks like Balmer's Peak has taken over our 3rd place. So, as we can see, it can be anybody's game, like Dragon mentioned. I just had a chat from Boris from the Balmer's Peak team. Driving drunk and on the edge is our thing. Balmer's Peak. That's their quote. It has paid off for you guys, definitely. 3rd place so far. 3 more teams to go. So Balmer's Peak actually still has 1 minute left on their training. Let's see if they can improve that time. We're just fixing up some of the black out curtains, making sure that not a peep of light gets in to impact our DeepRacer car. And after Balmer's Peak, we're going to have another talk with one of our Hack9 participants. Okay, getting them back on the track. Car's ready. Give them that last few laps. Keep it up. Ooh, nice lap, guys. 1898. I think that has quite a big jump on their last score. Oop. Stopping the car. Done? Okay, all done with Balmer's Peak. 1898. We're gonna go over and speak to Stefan now, one of our competitors. So Stefan, how are you? How are you doing? We're gonna Stefan's representing Team Hexagon, but he's also a senior data scientist here at Leva9, right?
Yes.
All right. So Stefan, what was it like training with your team for this virtually?
Well, I think it was a very fun experience because at our core values is learning, and despite the fact that we were tackling deep learning, in the meanwhile we were also learning new things about getting to learn in autonomous car to keep on track.
Yeah. And were there any challenges or maybe some advantages to training virtually with each other?
Well, I think always keeping communications up using different interfaces is a bit hard, but I think we had some nice times and some good laughs during the nights. And yeah, it was pretty fun watching the car going out and out and praying to just keep on the track and keep on track and please learn.
Do what we wanted you to do. I mean, Mira and I talked about it, and he said it's kind of like raising your own pet. You know, you need to treat it well, not too well, that it's misbehaving. Is that kind of how it felt for you guys?
Well, yes, but in the meanwhile, you're always thinking, okay, what is it that I'm doing wrong?
Yeah.
So what should I improve? What should I change? Because I think even in the example that you gave, it's very important the fact that how you put the problem.
Yeah, right. So is there anything you think you'll take away from this that you would be able to apply in your regular day-to-day job, let's say?
Yes, the first thing that I want to take off is that I was watching the live stream on YouTube and I was always hearing those real racing cars on the track, on the circuit. And every time my heart skipped a bump because I am a very big Formula One fan. And I can't wait for the Zandvoort Grand Prix. And I think what's to keep in mind is that we always have to be as open as we can to new technology and to always study more and to be sure that we are in line with the newest trends and that we are always able to tackle whatever comes upon our way.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a big takeaway for all of us here, that we just are able to work on our feet and you know, pick up something very quickly. I'm pretty amazed with how you guys did. I think everyone did an awesome job. Even though you guys are not in the final, you can be really proud of your presentation. So good job to Team Hexagon. All right. Well, I'm going to go back over to the live stream now, but thank you for taking some time to talk to us.
Yep, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. boy. It sound right, boy.
All right, guys, so we were just talking a bit with some of the teammates in between, but right now we have Beer Pizza AI and Gibanica. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I get some nods. It sounds good. Gibanica with Sedmar Ribic, Jelena Jurovic, Visikruna, Filip Pausic, Ivan Kukic, Lazar Mikovic, Nemanja Djordjevic. And they have about a minute and a half left, so between a battery and a minute and 20, excuse me, left on their time as we went over and switched. So we're having a little bit of an issue with the timer. Restarting the timer. There it goes. So we were actually talking on the interviews about it, but you know, training reinforcement learning models can really be challenging, especially if you're, oh, we got some stopping, but especially if you're new to the field. So with AWS DeepRacer, they can really simplify the process, integrate required components together, or you can provide some easy to follow kind of wizard-like task templates. So even if you're not super experienced with machine learning and artificial intelligence, you can get started with something like this. So don't be intimidated if you think it's too new for you. All right, last lap for the BPAG, Beer Pizza AI Kibanicha. Finished. All right, where do they stand? We're gonna pull up that scoreboard in just a second. Two more teams left after this. And then we will know who is our winner for Hack9 2021. Oh gosh, 2020. That year didn't happen. All right, let's look at that. Where are we standing? Ooh, they did not manage to knock Balmer's Peak out of the third place, but a really good effort. They're in fourth place. Good job, guys. All right, car is entering the track again. Next to last position, we have the team Meatbags. I would love to know the story behind that name. Oh, is it from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? It's a pretty good one. That's a great movie and book. So in the Meatbags team, we have Ivan Nikolai Vitsky, Sergey Rumiantsev, Roman Solochki, Yevhen Sorotin, Yevgenia Romyanik, Vladislav Snitsar. It's Star Wars. Meatbags is Star Wars. Oh, of course, they call them the Meatbags, the humans. I remember the reference. Now it's clicking. That's what the droids called the organics. It's a slang offensive term. All right, Meatbags. We're nearly there. Just a few more moments. All right, here they go. Oops. And there they go. So I'm just going to mention it once more for maybe the people who are joining here at the end. Again, the AWS DeepRacer is an autonomous 1/18th scale race car, and it's designed to test reinforcement learning models by racing on a physical track. And those same reinforcement models, or that idea of reinforcement learning, it's one of the technologies that's used to make self-driving cars a reality, which is also why it's really exciting to do it here at Zandvoort, because of course it's going to have a big impact on the car industries and on auto enthusiasts. I mean, eventually what we're doing here on this scale can be extrapolated to, 18 times the size and put onto the real road. So the learning that we do with DeepRacer will eventually lead to self-driving cars, which I am quite a big fan of because I really don't like driving. So 1 minute and 30 left, and we're going to do a quick battery change for meat bags. Let's look at these times we've got so far for meat bags. Ooh, 1889 and 1953. I think those are official times if I'm correct. Eric is nodding. Okay, already with one of their laps, and they could still improve it with that 1 minute 30 they've got left. Meat bags has knocked Ballmer's Peak out of the top 3. Let's see, like Dragon said, it can be anybody's race today. Yeah, Eric says 0.05 of a second difference between that second and third spot. That is pretty close. If it was track and field, you wouldn't even be able to see it. All right, hood's going back on the car. Clamps, we know the routine by now. It seems like our first guys are moving slowly down. But Handsome Peppers is still hanging on. I think they were one of our earlier races. Or ACS. All right, Meatbags is back on the track. Calibrating. Calibrating. I actually haven't mentioned that yet, but what you're seeing on the track there between the car and Eric is actually our sensor. And this is how we're able to measure those laps so accurately. So that's also why we, in the qualifier, if you remember, there was a green Lego built around it. We just have a issue with the dark blackout curtains. They want to come off because we have some nice hot sun that's trying to peek in here on our racetrack, melting away our duct tape. But no, indeed, this is the sensor that you see here. That black dot right in front of right to the side of the car. And it's measuring our laps. All hands on deck to put that tape back up on the wall. All right. Reinforcing it. But basically, I think, if I'm correct, there's a little Raspberry Pi here on the other side of the track, right? That's picking up that sensor. Yep, I see it right here. A little Raspberry Pi picking up that sensor, sending it through to a monitor. I'm not going to touch it, Milos. Milos has been fighting with this thing the last 2 days. So we had actually quite okay situation with the sensor today. I don't want to jinx it. I touch wood. Light is... Sergi, don't worry, we closed the window. No more suns getting in. All right, here we go. Finishing up with meat bags, I believe, right? And they're off. Cutting some corners. Still on the track. This one likes to hug the shoulder, as it were, but I think it counts. 17-19. All right, looks like he's trying to avoid that corner a little bit more. Still having some trouble. Curious what the judge is going to have to say about this one. Very fast. "20 seconds. He seems to be learning and slowing itself down. One more time around, I guess. 1850. The best of the 4 laps so far. Oops. All right, resetting. Last lap. Stop. All done, right? All right. Going over to the last team, but first we're going to have a quick talk with another team. Okay, so it's getting exciting. We're getting near the end, finally. So let's talk briefly with another team who took part in this year's Hack9. We've got Erwin van der Horst, Solutions Architect at Talpa, and Nemanja Mitic, PHP Tech Lead at Liva9. So both of you are from the team Should Be Fine, right? How did you come up with the name Should Be Fine? Was that inspired by some real-life experience?
Oh, actually, this is one of the team members who also, when we do the refinement and we come up to the points, and then everyone is asked to agree, and then always the answer is should be fine. So
should
we
be
decided
fine. It should be fine. Yeah.
To call our team like that.
Nice.
Doesn't
I like
matter
it.
if it's 5 points or 8 points. That should be fine.
It should be fine. And did you have an experience with machine learning and artificial intelligence before? Are you coming in completely carte blanche, let's say?
I think the whole team had a bit of experience, but not at this scale, where you can see like immediately the response of your code and the personality of the car. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's really on a different level when you actually see via live stream your car doing what you trained on the virtual platform.
Yeah.
And how was it for you guys to train virtually? Was it okay? It worked out all right, right?
It took time, so you never know the answer and what to predict. You have to experiment with all the parameters and then see after a few hours, because you have to take the time, what the effect was. So that was really a challenge to learn from that, how we could improve to learn in as less time as possible to get the car better. But
it seems to have done well. Even though you're not in the top 10, I think you guys had some pretty good runs out there, right?
All right, definitely.
Yeah.
In the
I think the
training
first
session,
day you did, yeah,
in
it
the
was
training
amazing.
session, it was perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
not perfect, almost perfect,
Mm.
but we did great and we hoped for the best. But yeah, just the circumstances and maybe the car was hungry, it was maybe tired or something, so it didn't quite want to listen what we thought it to do. So yeah, more or less.
Yeah, in the qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really different day, the training versus the qualifier. I think during the training, the first car just went straight for it. And then on the qualifier, it was like, oh, we tweaked a bit too much.
Yeah.
And indeed,
Yeah.
the cars had a few bumps since then.
Mm.
So I'm wondering, how do you guys think or do you think you'll implement what you've learned during this year's Hack9 in your regular day-to-day work?
Not sure yet. Maybe when we have the real chance to implement something and to do in reinforcement learning, maybe we can improve it. But I don't know for now which are the correct or the real candidates for that.
Yeah, true. What about you, Nemanja?
Yeah, since I mean, machine learning by itself is a totally different segment, a totally complete segment of by itself in the IT industry. So
Right.
it's a good thing to learn it, but you can't learn it in 7 days, right?
No.
You can just learn as much in 7 days. And since we had a whole team like completely focused on a task, on analyzing, on everything, there is a bunch of work that still needs to be done even after. But it's a good thing that we clicked the whole team and that this actually inspired us to perform the way we performed in the training session. And from now on, it can just go even better. Right?
I think that's probably the biggest takeaway is how to work together as a team, especially in something so new and virtually. So I think it's a good learning experience, I hope.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, that worked quite well. One was focusing on driving the best line. One was focusing on speed or straight line speed and examining the hyperparameters. So that was a good collaboration with the team. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we had like an Excel sheet with all the logs and the training sessions, and then we compared them from the model to the model. And another person created like a graph to see if our logic is implemented the same way. And yeah, it was really a collaboration.
That's awesome. Teamwork 100%. At its finest.
Yes. And also the organization from you guys, you can see that that all of the organizers put sweat and 150% of them into the whole organization for the whole 7 days.
Yeah, there's a lot of really passionate people, participants and organizing alike. So it's a great big teamwork in the end even. Nice.
Indeed.
Thank you guys. No, it's really great to talk to you. And I'm going to switch back over to the last few races now. But thank you so much for taking some time to tell us about your experience.
Thank you too, and enjoy the rest of the race. Yeah.
Thank you. See you guys.
Likewise.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheers.
All right, our very last race with Dev Pit Stop. We're coming towards the end now, guys. So Dev Pit Stop is Dejan Zlataric, Emilia Krasula Maricic, Ervin Kapar, crash, Vuk Novakovic, Igor Dukic, and Goran Nikasevic. All right, got him reset. our last DeepRacers for the day. And then we're going to get over to the awards. All right, setting it back. Oh, Victor walked through the sensor, so we have a very fast lap. Ooh, we have a good racer here. All right, last battery change. So we're having some discussion while the battery's being changed about this.
Let's rewind the video because it cannot be 15 seconds. We started, then I started before.
We're gonna see. The judges are very intensely discussing this controversial lap time. Of course, we end with a dramatic finish. I think we're going to watch back the live stream for this one while they are changing the battery to be sure. And for anyone who's watching via YouTube, you can actually go to hack9.levi9.com to see the live results. Also find out a little bit more about our rule book, our timetable, different things that are, well, the timetable is less interesting. That's about our qualifier and training timetables. But the rule book and the FAQ is also really interesting to look at. And you can see our current ranking. As you can hear, there's quite some discussion. But the battery is currently being changed. We're going to have a judge's call on these results. Either way, though, we've got a 1741, which is a pretty good result, I think. Keeping you guys excited. Working on the car. Calibrating. Miro is reviewing the video. The last round.
Or should it be here in this corner?
All right, guys, so we have the official announcement that we are going to delete that 1532 score. So the fastest score so far for this team is 1741. So indeed, our chaser hit the sensor with his foot after the accident while going for the battery replacement. Yes, it was Victor. Okay. I think we're ready. All right. Dev pit stop with their last few laps. All right, we have a stop, reset. Yep, according to this measurement, Victor is indeed the fastest car on the track. But I think he has a little bit of an advantage. Ooh, come on. All right, resetting one more time. Final lap, guys. Here we go. Excitement. That was it. All right. One more? Okay, one more. All right, there's the judges are discussing. All right, one more. The very last one. Come on, Dev pit stop. Oh. Oh, now we go. There we go. Waving the checkered flag. All done. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. All right, Dragon, come and meet me over here. We're going to announce the winners. All right, Dragon. Come and join me.
Hi.
How are you?
Changing batteries.
Yeah?
Are we live?
I think we are live.
Okay.
We're not on screen yet, though, are we? So we see our top 3.
Yes.
Okay, so
What?
let us know, starting with third place.
Third place, Dev pit stop, 17 seconds, 415 milliseconds. Congratulations, guys.
And in second place, Milos, if you could scroll down for us.
Yep.
Then we can watch the live results as well.
Myself, guys.
I think he's working on it. Yeah. Ooh, we're building up the excitement this way. But good job, Dev Pit Stop, coming in at the very end.
Yeah.
Second
place, Meatbags, with 17 seconds, 193 milliseconds.
Really good job. Yes.
And the best time from the beginning, Handsome Peppers, congratulations, under 15 seconds, 464.
Awesome, awesome job, you guys. Really good. Congratulations. All right, so should we tell them what they won, actually? So third place?
Yeah. You guys who win the first place, you will get these nice cars. I don't know how many. Yep.
Here it is.
Yeah. And it's actually very the same cars we were using.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes.
It's actually from the Hack9.
From the Hack9. How many there are people in the team?
I'm not sure. I think we'll have to
Can
see.
somebody check?
So we're going to check. And what about our second place?
Well, second place is this Raspberry Pi 4 with this nice keyboard.
Personal computer kit.
Yeah. So you can build a new sensor.
And our third place winners, what did they get?
Third place winners will get Raspberry Pi 4 without the keyboard.
So the light version, the light version.
Yeah, well, it's a proper Raspberry Pi 4 just without keyboard.
You can build your own sensor.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of things with
Yeah.
it. You can design lights in your house. Yeah, whatever you can dream of.
Yeah, they will figure out they are developers. So.
All right, so we're going to just have a quick message from Pien Oosterman, our CEO at Levi9, who wants to give a word of thanks to everyone involved.
Yeah, well, everybody, this was a very entertaining afternoon and a great closure of a fantastic event. I didn't have the opportunity to watch the practice sessions earlier, but I heard many of you watch the races on a second screen while working. I'm sure it was great fun to watch for everybody who was interested, and good pleasure for the 29 teams that participated. And of course, very excited for the 57 finalists, part of the 10 teams that competed this afternoon. Yeah, this was a very special edition of Hack9. It was the first time that we invited customers to join. So Talpa, Visual Fabric, Leaseplan, and Everon. Super nice that you participated. And Kilian, Mike, Lawrence, and Ralph, congratulations with your finale positions. It was also very special because I believe this was the first time that we had account managers joining. And I'm sure Dima from Kiev saved their ass. Because of the corona restrictions, Dragan and the Hack9 team had to be ultimate creative to come up with something that we could do on distance. And still could create that special Hack9 feeling of having fun together, working under pressure with unknown or not so known technology. And if you ask me, they created an outstanding event that was fun and exciting, and where many of us learned a lot. So yeah, I want to congratulate the winners. Well done. Yeah, that car of yours was definitely the racing hero of the day. And aside from the winners, some others deserve some compliments as well. So the Hack9 team yeah, has outdone themselves, if you ask me. So Dragan, Miro, Milos, Pauline, and Abby. Yeah, when Dragan presented the idea to me months ago, I loved it right away, but I thought it is impossible to organize it. But you did it. You created. You did an amazing job. And I also want to thank the creative and supportive team, Ivan, Olga, Kodrin, Kostiantin, Million, and Katerina. Thank you very much. You helped us to create a stunning setup. Unfortunately, this is the end of the Machine Learning Hackathon Week. I hope you all enjoyed it. And Dragan, I have no idea how you are going to equal this experience next year, but I trust you and the team. You will come up with something crazy again. So everybody, thank you for joining. I wish you a great weekend. And yeah, I hope you had a great time. See you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Pien, for those kind words. Indeed, thank you to the entire Hack9 team and to also CM.com, Circuit Sandfort, Top Motion, our streaming partner behind the camera here, and also Studio Dune for all of the graphic support. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining, all the participants, and see you next year. Bye.